वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं कौनयाति परां गतिम् यत्पिबं सततं रामचरितामृतासागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् कोष्पदीकृतवारासमसखीकृतराक्षसं रामायणमहामालारत्नं वन्दे अनिलात्मजम् अंजनानंदनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीसमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् आमिषीकृतमार्ताण्डं गोष्पदीकृतसागरं तृणीकृतदशग्रीवम् आञ्जनेयं नमाम्यहम् उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धोस्सलिलस्सलीलं यस्तोकवह्निं जनकात्मजायाः आदाय तेनेव ददाह लङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम् आञ्जनेयमतिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पौमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यः कर्णाञ्जलिसम्पुटैः हरः सम्यक् पिबत्यादरात् वाल्मीकिर्वदनारविन्दगलितं रामायणाख्यं मधुः जन्म व्याधि जरा विपत्ति मरणैः अत्यन्तसोपद्रवं संसारसह विहाय गच्छति पुमान् विष्णोर्पदं शाश्वतं तदुपगत समाससन्धियोगं सममधुरोपनतार्धवाक्यबद्धं रघुवरचरितं मुनिप्रणीतं दशशिरसस्य वदं विशामयत्वं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्भूतानां रामसागरगामिनि पुनातु भवनं पुण्यात् रामायणं महानदी श्लोकसारसमाकीर्णं सर्गकल्लोलसङ्कुलं काण्डग्राह्यमहामीनं वन्दे रामायणार्णवम् वेदवेदे परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजं वेदः प्राचेतसादासीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना वैदेही सहितं सुरुद्रमुतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वाचेति प्रपञ्चनस्ते तत्त्वं मुनिभ्यः परं वाक्यान्तं भरतादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं माता रामो मत्पिता रामो भ्राता रामो मत्सखा राघवेशः सर्वस्वं मे रामचन्द्रो दयाळुः अन्यदेवं नैव जाने न जाने साकेते शरदिन्दुकुन्दधवले सौदे महामण्डपे पर्यस्ता अगरुदूपदीपललिते कर्पूरदीपोज्ज्वले सुग्रीवाङ्गदजाम्बवत् परिवृतं सौमित्रिणा सेवितं लीलामानुषविग्रहं रघुवरं रामं भजे श्यामलं मेघश्यामं महाबाहुं स्थिरसत्त्वं दृढव्रतं कदा द्राक्षामहे रामं जगतः शोकनाशनं जयत्यतिबलो रामो लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवा राघवेण अभिपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य क्लिष्टकर्मणः हनुमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्तां मारुतात्मजः रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिबलं भवेत् शिलाविस्तुप्रहत्तारपादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्धयित्वां पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्यश्च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्थो गमिष्यामि निष्ठां सर्वराक्षसां धर्मात्मा सत्यसन्धश्च रामो दासरिर्यति पौरुषे च अप्रतिद्वन्द्वः शरयेन जिहि रावणीम् आपदमपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदं लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवगौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादि पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे तपस्वाध्याय निरतां तपस्विं वाग्विदाम्बरं नारद परिपप्रच्छ वाल्मीकि मुनिपुङ्गवम् ओम रामायण महा इतिहास पुराणाभ्यां वेदं समुपब्रह्मयेत् विवेत्य अल्पश्रुताद्वेदो मामयं प्रहरिष्यति. Vedas declare that without reading the Itihasa Puranas, Ramayana and Mahabharata, if one tries to interpret the Vedic philosophy, he will interpret it in a different way, in a non-compliant way to devotion, and such interpretation will mislead the community. The Vedas themselves are declaring that one should read Ramayana and Mahabharata before you interpret the Vedas and the treasured knowledge that is embedded in Vedas. So out of all the Itihasa Puranas, one Itihasa Purana is detailed in a very eloquent way, in a very simple tone, in a very simple way to understand, and that is Ramayana. If you look into the past tense of the Lord appeared several times this planet in several incarnations as Narasimha, Vamana, Parasurama, many, and Rama and Krishna. But only one such of his pastimes is recorded in detail. It will be as if it is happening in front of your eyes, and that is only Ramayana. So today we are going to narrate Ramayana up to our memory permits, but we will continue and we will touch each and every aspect of Ramayana today without leaving the main structure of Ramayana, because it's an 8-hour session today. We don't have time to do it in detail, so we'll do it in brief, but we will cover all the topics. So tapaswadhyaya naratam tapaswim vadvidam varam narada paripapracha valmiki munipungavam. Ramayana starts with this sloka: tapaswadhyaya naratam tapaswim vadvidam varam narada paripapracha valmiki munipungavam. Ramayana starts with ta, the word ta. Even Gayatri mantra starts with tat, ta. Every 1000th letter of Ramayana, if you assemble them together, it forms Gayatri mantra. That's the beauty of Ramayana. So, tapaswadhyaya naratam, the radiant and enlightened sage Valmiki is questioning another enlightened sage, Narada. So let's see what he is questioning. Valmiki asks a question. First, he asks 3 questions which has 16 qualities. He asks about a person who has all these 16 qualities. And Valmiki asks that I want to write a story about such a person who has all these qualities. Kaunvasmin sampradam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmaknascha kritaknascha satyavakyo dudavratah. Charitrena chakoyukta sarvabhuteshu kohitah vidwan kaha samarthancha kaschaika priyadarshanaha. Atmavan ko jitakrodo vitiman kasya anasuyakaha kasya vibheti devam cha jataroshasya samyuge. Valmiki is questioning. Kaunvasmin sampradam loke, who in this present world has all these qualities? Who is gunavan? One who has all virtues. Kascha viryavan, who is that brave person? Dharmagnascha kritaknascha, who is embodiment of dharma? Kritaknascha, one who is compassionate, one who is thankful. Satyavakyo dudhavrataha, one who is truthful and one whose determination is unparalleled. Dudhavrataha. Charitrena chakoyukta, one has got a good conduct, a good history of conduct. Charitrena chakoyukta, sarvabhuteshu kohitaha, one who is a benign well-wisher of all living entities. Sarvabhuteshu kohitaha, vidwan kaha, who is that knowledgeable person? Kaha samarthancha, who is that person who is capable? Vidwan kaha samarthancha kaschaika priyadarshanaha, whose face is dear to everybody. Kaschaika priyadarshanaha. Atmavan ko jitakrodo dutiman kasya anasuyakaha, who is not jealous of anybody. Anasuyakaha. Atmavan ko jitakrodo, one who has got control over his anger, but at the same time kasya vibheti devam cha jataroshasya samyuge, but one who awakens his anger and even demigods tremble fearfully, looking upon his anger. Who is that person? I want to listen about him. I want to know about him. He has asked the best of the question to the best of the sages, the best of the gurus, Narada. So we can trace back our lineage of this disciplic succession of our Ramayana heritage to Narada himself. I mean, we are all the disciples of Valmiki. I mean, we are all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Again, who is connected to Narada through Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So when he asked those questions to Narada, Narada replied, Bahavo durlabhasya etat tvaya kirtitah gunaha mune vakshyami aham buddhva tay viktam shruyatam naraha. He says, Bahavo durlabhasya, the qualities you have asked are innumerable. Bahavo durlabhasya, and it is durlabha to possess such qualities, to get those qualities. Bahavo durlabhasya etat tvaya kirtitah gunaha, whatever qualities you have described, they are difficult to find. Mune vakshyami aham buddhva, Riktam Shruyatam Naraha. But I have listened from Brahma about such a man. Who is he? Ikshvakuvansa Prabho Ramo Nama Janaisutaha Netatma Mahaviryo Dutiman Vashi. Buddhiman, Nitiman, Vammi, Sriman, Shatru Nibarhanaha, Vipulamshu Mahabahu, Kambugriva Mahahanu. Mahavrasko, Mahiswasu, Gudajatur Arindamaha, Ajanubahu, Sushiraha, Sularata Suvikramaha. Samasama Vibhaktanga, Snigdhavarna Pratapavan, Peenavaksha Vishalaksho, Lakshmivan, Subhalakshanaha. Dharmagnaha, Satyasanjista Prajanam Chahiderataha, Yashasvi Jnana Sampannaha, Suchirvasya Samadhiman. प्रजापति सम श्रीमान धातरि निसूदनः रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य स्वजनस्य धर्मस्य च परन्तपः रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता वेदवेदांग तत्त्वज्ञो धनुर्वेदे च निष्ठितः सर्वदा अभिगताः सद्भिः समुद्रैव सिन्धुभिः आर्यः सर्वसमश्चैव सदैव प्रियदर्शनः स च सर्वगुणोपेतः कौसल्यानन्दवर्धनः समुद्रैव गाम्भीर्ये धैर्येण हिमवानिव विष्णुना सदृशो वीर्ये सोमवत् प्रियदर्शनः कालाग्निसदृशो क्रोधे क्षमया पृथिवी समः धनादेन समः त्यागे सत्ये धर्म इवापरः. Like that he explained. Narada asked only 16 qualities, but Valmiki asked only 16 qualities, but Narada explained 160 qualities. In his Sankshepa Ramayana, when Valmiki asked those 16 questions, the 16 qualities, when Narada replied back, he told the entire Ramayana in 100 slokas. That is called Sankshepa Ramayana. Whatever I have recited now are the beginning parts of the Sankshepa Ramayana. He has recited 100 slokas as part of the Sankshepa Ramayana. But out of that 100 slokas, almost 15 slokas are for glorification of Lord Ramachandra's qualities. So the entire Ramayana, if you divide it, just glorifying Lord Ramachandra itself is 15% of Ramayana. Among those 24,000 verses, if you divide it and see, Rama's qualities are so innumerable that Valmiki's heart never satiated in explaining those qualities. So we'll see what those qualities are. So even if you do a brief Ramayana today, Sampurna Srimad Ramayana, and in that, if you don't glorify Ramachandra that much, we will not be justifying we will not do any justice to Ramayana that Valmiki has written. So let's see what those qualities are. Ikshvaku Vamsa Prabhavo Ramo Nama Janaisutaha. There is a king named Rama in Ikshvaku Vamsa. I have heard from people. Ramo Nama Janaisutaha. Nidatma Mahaviryo Dutiman Vashi. He is determinate. He has a good determination and also willpower. Buddhiman, Nitiman, Vammi, Sriman. He is knowledgeable. His grammar is perfect. He is Buddhiman, Nitiman. He has all good virtues. Vammi, Sriman, Shatru Nibarhanaha. He can destroy all the enemies. Vipulamsho Mahabahu, Kambugriva Mahahanu. He has got broad chest, nice shoulders. Kambugriva Mahahanu. He has got prominent cheekbones. Mahavrasko, Mahiswaso, Gudajatur Arindamaha. His collarbones are hidden. So Rama is so healthy that even you can't see his bones. You can't see his collarbones. Gudajatur Arindamaha. One who can destroy his enemies. Arindama means again, killing enemies. He has got hidden collarbones. Mahavrasko, Mahiswaso, Gudajatur Arindamaha. Ajanubahu. He has got arms that are as long as his knees. Up to his knees. His arms are lengthy and they are up to his knees. Ajanubahu. Sushiraha. He has got a big head. Sulalata Suvikramaha. His forehead is pretty big. Sulalata Suvikramaha. And when he paces like a lion. Sulalata Suvikramaha. Sama Vibhaktanga Snigdhavarna Pratapavan. His limbs are proportionate. His body is very proportionate. Sama Vibhaktanga Snigdhavarna Pratapavan. He has got a very good complexion. Very silky complexion. He is in the color of Meghasyama, blue in color. Some devotees have this question whether Rama is blue or green. Bharata confirms that. He says, Meghasyama Mahabaham Sthirasatvam Dadavratam Kada Drakshamahe Ramam Jagatah Sokanasham. When can I see that Rama who is dark blue in color, like a rainy season cloud? So Rama is blue in color. Surpanaka also confirms. Ramam Indivarasyam. When Surpanaka saw, Valmiki mentions that. So Rama is blue lotus in color. Okay, so he's got a very good complexion. Samasama vibhaktanga snigdhavarna pratapavahan peenavaksha vishalaksha lakshmivan subalakshanaha. Dharmajnaha satyasanjasta prajanam cha hiterataha. He is a well-wisher of all his people. Dharmajnaha. He is virtuous. Satyasandasya. Embodiment of truth. Rakshita jivalokasya dharmasya parirakshita. He protects the dharma. Rakshita swasya dharmasya swajanasya cha rakshita. He not only protects his conduct, but he protects others' conduct also. One who worships him, he protects their conduct also. So, like that, Narada mentioned so many qualities of Ramachandra to Narada. Yeah, we can do the arti and then we can do the arti then we we'll do the arti then we'll come back. Yeah. We have arti now. Yeah. And once the arti starts, we'll stop and then we'll proceed again. So when Narada explained all these qualities and the entire Ramayana to Valmiki, Valmiki started contemplating on Ramayana. So Narada left now. Narada told the story and he left. And Valmiki started contemplating on Ramayana. And one day he went to Tamasa river and he was taking bath. He saw a clear spot, very clean water, very fresh, with all lotuses and with many Karandava birds, many Chakravaka birds and many cranes. Krauncha birds, they are cranes. So when Valmiki saw all that, he said to his disciple Bharadwaja that I am going to take a bath here, I am going to dip into the river. Please give me my clothes after when I get into the water. So Bharadwaja held back his clothes and then he was waiting for his guru. Valmiki stepped inside and then he was taking a shower. And at that time, when he was taking bath, when he was taking the water from Tamasa river, when he was praying, when he was offering the water, he saw a hunter hitting one of the two Krauncha birds that were on top of that tree with an arrow. And then one of the Krauncha birds fell down and it was dead. And the other Krauncha bird started weeping around the male bird. The female bird was weeping around the male bird. And Valmiki saw this. And being a compassionate sage, his heart swelled with ocean of grief. And he proclaimed and he pronounced this sloka in a slightly angry tone towards that hunter. He said, Manishada pratishtam tvamagama syasvatai samaha yat krauncha midunadekam avadihi kamamohita. He said, Manishada pratishtam tvamagama syasvatai samaha yat krauncha midunadekam avadihi kamamohita. O hunter, you who have killed this bird, may your fame be spread all over the world for eternity. Even though Valmiki has uttered this in anger, this particular verse has lot of books and books of commentary on it. Some mean that some acharyas say that he was eulogizing Vishnu himself. Because, O Rama, who have killed Ravana, may your fame be all over the world for eternity. Manishada pratishtham tumagama syasvatai samaha yat krauncha midunadekam avadihi kamamohita. One of the male Krauncha birds is Ravana, and the other female bird was Mandodari. So one who has killed it, Nishada is another synonym for Vishnu also. So Valmiki pronounced this sloka. And once he pronounced that, this sloka was so beautiful and it was the first of its kind in the history of literature. Manishada pratishtham tvamagama syasvatai samaha yat krauncha midunadekam avadihi kamamohita. It had proper syllables, consonants, conjunctions, and everything in it. This was the first of its kind, first sloka ever in the history of literature. Obviously, even Valmiki himself thought, what a poem I have pronounced, what a poem I have written. So Valmiki also contemplated on it. And Bharadwaja heard this. And when he heard this, he started sharing this with other disciples. You know, today our Guru, what he has done, he has pronounced a beautiful verse, not a curse, beautiful verse. He has uttered a beautiful verse, and I have noted it down. Please recite it with me. So he shared it with the other disciples. They also thought, aha, what a beautiful sloka is this. What a wonderful verse. So they also started reciting it. Everybody in that ashrama, whoever you touched them, on that day, they were reciting the same sloka. And that verse was very popular in that ashrama that day. So when this was going on, Brahma himself came where Narada was residing, in his thatched hut. Brahma himself came to his ashrama, and then Valmiki got up, he welcomed Brahma, he gave him water, he gave him a seat, and he asked, "What's the reason for your arrival?" Then Brahma replied, "Oh my son Valmiki, you have uttered a beautiful verse. Saraswati is on the tip of your tongue. So I wish that you write Ramayana, the story of Lord Ramachandra, in detail. I will give you a boon that you can see the past, present and future as it is. You can also see all the people in Ramayana, how they smile, what is in their minds and what are they thinking. You can even enter their minds and see what's going on in their minds. I present you that boon. I want you to write Ramayana as it is. Hasitam Bhashyam, you can see their smiles, their anger, their cries, their weeping, their sorrows, their miseries, their happiness, everything in detail. Please write Ramayana." Valmiki took the blessings of Brahma. He agreed to it. Then Brahma left to his Satyaloka. Thereafter, one day, after sipping water, Valmiki sat on a seat of, on a mat of darba grass, kusa grass. He sat down, he took Achamana, then he started writing Ramayana. He wrote Ramayana in 24,000 verses. There are actually 24,000 some odd verses, like 400 verses, something like that. But when Valmiki said that he wrote 24,000 verses, some people have taken it literally that it is 24,000 verses exactly and then cut out some parts of Ramayana. But when you think of it, when I ask somebody's age, they would say, "What is your age?" "My age is 29 years, 6 months," or something like that they say. So yeah, we'll continue after the